fucking with it right here with who I started with. Me something like I'm Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, H-Uno Central Coast, mob and suicide. Only arsonist. I step in the booth and cast. I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music. I work hard at this.
That's right, live on Chicano Tube. We're back live on Chicano Street. I appreciate all the beautiful linda raza that's tapping in right now. Don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit the bell. When you hit the bell, you got to hit the all button. That way you're notified every single time that we go live. Now, I'm in motion. So again, if the audio cuts off, gente, do me a favor. Just comment no audio. As quick as you can. I'll refresh the browser. It's like a 10-15 second delay, and then we'll go ahead and get back up. But I'm in motion, man. I'm heading all the way from the Bay right now, all the way to Chowchilla. Work takes me different places, cabrones. So there's not gonna be no Wednesday night live, and I kid you not, just this morning, uh, uh, the Brown Berets, the Califas, that's their IG page. Just this morning, or no, I'm sorry, late last night, they're like, we're ready to go. We got 7 berets ready to go for a Wednesday night. And I'm like, damn it. And I told the carnales, I said, carnales, I need a little bit of a heads up. So we're going to have the 7 brown berets. I'm going to have 7 brown berets on next week. And then next Thursday? I think I'm going to have the founder. Shit. And then we're going to do content creator series of fighting. The first kickoff next Friday. Man, next week is going to be crazy. But I'm excited, man. This is shit. This is the only hobby I have, cabrones. So hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm in motion from the 650. I'm going all the way to the 559 real quick. All I got to do is poner un pinche candado en la puerta de una casa and then head to the pad. That's all I'm going to do, all right? Anyways, that's right. Also AZ's in the casa. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you. So let's go ahead and talk about it, man. It came across my feed. Again, one of my favorite. If not, I might as well just not. It's not one of my favorite. It's my favorite YouTube channel, which is none other than Kemo's Flicks, man. Shout out to Kemo's Flicks. And so he brought some awareness. And whenever there's a slip of the tongue, a cabron gets a little bit too much tequila in him, gets a little bit too much beer balls, whatever you want to call it. This was Hector, that prison guard. Okay. Shout out to him. I'm not a subscriber. Gente, I'm not trying to listen to fucking war stories all day. You know, and that's just me. That's just me. I will say in the beginning, yes, maybe I subscribed to way more channels than I am now. And I just shrunk it. You're subscribed to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of channels. Do you actually think all of them are going to come across their feed? No. The only ones that are going to come across your feed are the ones that you hit the bell next to the channel name. You got to hit the bell and you got to hit the all. But he's in the hot seat. Why is he in the hot seat? So Hector, that prison guard, again, he's a retired prison guard. You know, and him coming on YouTube, I'm sure was gonna be a hit because a lot of people, not the whole country, not all the billions of channels around the world, but a small little community inside California, you know, they like to hear the guerra story. So his channel was gonna be a hit, all right? He's gonna tell stories. As far as his personality goes, cool dude. I could have a beer with the dude. Little quirky, you know. Kind of like Ryan Garcia, little quirky, not typical, you know, the Chicano, you know, raised by Mexicans, y toda la madre. So he did a podcast. He's chopping it up with someone. At the end of the day, this is what it looks like. And I would have to see the whole damn context, like maybe a minute or two before, a minute or two after, to see what all they were saying. But what he said was already, it sounds bad. Now, I do have to say this for full transparency reasons. Okay. The Chicano comes out of me, and you'll hear me sometimes say paisa. You hear me say, call the banda world, and or paisa. That's the Chicano coming out of me. It's a lot of years, and I think I may be self-justified even saying that by the time you hit the county, and they call themselves the paisas. So it wasn't that. It wasn't that. Okay. And I'm not excusing when I say that, nor am I saying I'm some kind of super advocate, super humanitarian, some kind of modern day revolutionist. Cálmase con eso. Okay. Cálmase. Because here on Chicano Street, we talk the way we talk, unapologetically. And I know it'll get people's panties in a bunch, but it is what it is. It wasn't that he said the word paisa. It was the fact that in that same phrase, sentence, thought, whatever you want to call it, he said, well, fuck it. They're all chomos anyways. But he didn't say chomos. He said the whole word, the word. Child M, right? It ends in an ER. That looks bad. That looks real bad. You say something like that, you absolutely can have the gates of hell unleashed on you again in this small community, tiny small community of us, Chicanos and Califas. Okay. Hell or high water. Now, Hector, that prison guard, he doesn't give a shit. Hold on, let me see. 580. I'm on the 580 East, cabrones. 580 East. 7 more miles. Then I jump on the 5. I think it's the 5. So, first of all, I saw his reaction. He's really downplaying it. That looks bad too. And what you rather do is, in a professional, serious manner, just directly address the noise. Now, sitting opposite him, because I guess he jumped on a live with anything for $1 dubs, right? And so he jumped on a live, and it looks like, for some reason, like, I don't know, like anything for $1 dubs, he didn't know how to act in that live. He didn't know how to act. Like, either he was starstruck, or either he was thinking of all the big numbers this is gonna get, or that this is a hot topic and I got a guy that's on the fucking YouTube hot seat right now and is gonna get big number. I don't know what it was, but something was off. Something was definitely off on that character. And I'm talking about anything for $1 dubs, because if not, why not just, I mean, you're not face to face, but you know what I mean, have a face to face and get this thing out there. It sounds bad. Now, I got to give Hector this. Okay, he said half of his career he was on GP, and the other half of his career he was on the other side of the fence. Now, to his credit, come on, let's give some credit where credit is due, or at least weigh it all out. Let's weigh it all out. I'm not the kind of cabron to just throw someone in. It's guilty till proven innocent. No, that's not this country. So let's weigh it all out. And if my audio drops off, just comment no audio, please. No audio. Harris is garbage. I agree, cabrón. I agree. They don't even call her that. They call her que mala eres. Que mala. That should let you know. Anyways, to his credit, he was stating that it was on the other side. And if you don't know what I mean, because you're not in California, the better for you. Okay. Over here, they play that shit a lot. Like, they like to throw that in people's faces, and that's your fucking business. And I don't give a shit about that. And to be honest, that's just a waste of time. Like mi hermano Kiawi broke down last week. The barrio seeking for community mentality has fucked off a lot of lives. and will continue to. But anyways, to his credit, I believe he was basing that on the fact that on the other side of the fence is the only place that you're going to have people with those charges commingling with each other. Commingling. That's the only place you're ever going to see them. That's the only place that you'll be able to be like, all these motherfuckers have these charges, right? That's not on the main line. So that's on. So I give him at least that credit that he could have been referring to his time in CDC, but on the other side of the fence, where it's people will walk around with charges that are just wild. I mean, I'm assuming, I don't know, but some of these motherfuckers that touch maybe not one kid, but what about 10 kids? They must have Buck Rogers astronomical release dates. Yeah, he's eligible for parole in the year 2386. I'm assuming, I don't know, right? You could ask Hector, that prison guard. So I got to give him that credit. I don't really approach anything. That's why I think you guys fuck with me. I don't really approach anything without trying to find out context. And let me just research a little bit, see how much I know. All right. Glasky's chef. He says, I hate Chicanoa. Is that another like new age thinking? Is that like them Chicanex and all this? Again, I don't agree with a lot of things. I think it's just spinning. I don't think we have to reinvent the wheel. I just think we have to think about our parents and our grandparents, and would they agree with little boys going in girls' bathrooms? Would they agree with you killing your kid 20 times, having 20 abortions? I mean, would they agree with that? I think a lot of common sense comes from just what the blood that's pumping through our veins. We're just Mexican, man. Anyways, not all of us. Stockton 209, that's right, my boy. I appreciate it. I'm on your highway right now, cabron. I'm on your highway right now, east. It says 580. Start going right. I gotta get off of 5 miles again. So the cabron's on the hot seat. It does sound bad, and then it also sounds bad when you don't want to address it directly. Now, to address it directly, it's not jumping on any podcast. You can't just, well, I jumped on his podcast and he has 30,000, 40, 50, 100,000. That's not doing it correctly. It's the individual that you're talking to. Obviously, anything for $1 dubs. I mean, his words have no weight. Everybody knows that he's just there to make $1 off you. And made up with the runner, and after he abandoned him, left them beat up, jumped, stripped, buck naked on the side of the highway with one shower shoe on, left them for dead. Then he called them up, hey, let's start doing videos. So anyways, that shows his character. He's not the one. Hector, that prison guard, either, and I'm not saying I'm the one neither. I'm just saying I'm a Chicano. And I'm very proud of that. Let me just add. You had to go to the right platform. And I know, some people are like, well, this and that. Yeah, that's true. I don't play that shit neither. Well, it's because he was there. No, I'm not saying that's because he was on that side of the fence or all that. All that is bullshit, complete waste of fucking times. 20-something years that I breathed that, ate it, and slept it, that I lost all those years. In the end, when I pass away, and those will be 20-something years, always of regrets. But that's just me. Then you got pendejos like Dubs who we just talk about it every day, right? The blacks, the Mexicans, the this, the that. What? Bro, that's just, it's insane. It's wild. YouTube is so wild, it wouldn't blow me away if I seen OGs on there all inked up and slung back doing TikTok dances. That wouldn't even surprise me. Anything for $1 does. Rising Warrior. So let's get back to that, because I'm sorry, I do digress sometimes. He's on the hot seat because, when I say paisa, you guys already know my estilo, my get down, Chicanos in the barrios, and the way we talk. So that's different. When he says it, a lot of people don't know who he is. You know what I mean? Is he even Raza? I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. To be honest, do you know? I don't even know if he's Raza. Not knocking him. I'm being realistic here. I'm trying to analyze the whole thing. Is he even Raza? Because that's a factor too. Because then you can't speak up. We're not going to be arguing about both parents and half a parent and a parent is divided by 3 because they have 3 blood. None of that. You don't have both parents, not Raza. I'm sorry. That's just it. So, but just to keep, I don't say that to throw a fucking jab. I say that just to keep reaffirming the foundation. That's it. So is he Raza, first of all? If he's not Raza, then, I mean, this is not politics. It's not YouTube politics, or we'll have to send him back to his group segment so they deal with them. I don't know. But, I mean, he's light-skinned, so he could have a parent, which is nothing wrong. You know what I mean? You could have you could have Cheryl, a mom named Shirley. I don't know. I'm just saying, nothing wrong with that, but I don't know if he's Rasta, because if he's Rasta, maybe it would have been right or wrong. These stories are only, all right. Life sucked. Okay, yeah, I'm jumping on the live finally. 580 for a minute. He's someone. Yeah, I dropped one story in the members only, the Samoanos, and it was I'll give you a little bit of it just so you guys can get a taste of the members only, a very little bit of it, because I can, and I'm in the right mind at least now, where I was like, fuck, crazy. 666 320 or 350, and anyways, that size. They jumped off the porch. Some dude was walking with his girl. He had his arm around his girl. They jumped off the porch and just rushed him. They rushed him. The dude ended up being, from somewhere, and they came back and wanted the runbacks. And when they came back in 364s, and it turned into a situation. If you want to know about that, the members only, man. It's something 99. It ain't gonna break your bank. And then, at least in the members only, you get all the pinche peleas. You don't want to pay 15 bolas or 20 bolas, then pay something 99. At least you can see them in the members only. No audio. Shit. We hear you? Jesse, 1 2 1 2. Okay, I'm good. I can't hit the button and check the meter. All right. Anyways, it looks bad. So he went to the wrong podcast to try to straighten it out. I'm not saying there's one Mexicano chingon. You guys can anoint that person who people got to answer to. I'm gonna talk about it. Kemo posted it. It's a bad look. Okay, let's look at it like this. If he was Raza, would it lessen the comment? The blow of the comment? Would it lessen the impact of the comment if he's Raza? Or if he's a güero, would it make it worse, sir? Kind of interested to hear what you guys say. There it is. There's my ex, cabrones. I was waiting for my pinche ex. ¿Quién te importa, güey? Some of these YouTube handles, man. I'm telling you. Anyways, I watched Hoodstocks real quick. Speaking of that prison guard, I watched Hoodstocks interview with Straight Divine. Those interviews are crazy, man. A lot of people, that's why they're very entertaining. I'm not saying they're not entertaining, I'm just saying that I just see a lot of people. I have half of my homies are dead. and a lot of people are just lost. And that's how I look at that. You know what I mean? It's cool. Go ahead and put on the Pendleton and the Hush Puppies, all that stuff, especially here on Chicano Street. You know, somos Chicanos. They're not going to be able to take that out of us. But those stories are crazy. So Straight Divine was on Hoodstocks, and she said she moved up almost where I'm passing by right now, or in about an hour. She moved up over here to the Central Valley, and she ended up getting caught up because her mom had a house in Fresno, and she was thinking of setting up shop, resetting, and at least having mom's house. Well, she ended up catching a case. All right, cabrona. I hear you. Fresno, LA. That's right. All right. Anyways, so she said they sent her up there to a Chowchilla or somewhere, and she said she went in the kitchen and ran a fade with 5 norteñas. She said she walked in there with a big 1-3 on the front of her shins, a big 1-3. And then obviously you're in the Central Valley, so north of that Bakersfield line is where you start seeing people of the opposite color bar, right? Guess we'll say it like that, respectfully. And see, that story's crazy. Shit, some of the people had to live through is crazy. Matter of fact, I remember anything for a dollar Doves. You know, he said in the beginning he would never talk about what happened behind the walls. But when he started running out of content, guess what he did? He compromised his character. Let me get a drink of water. I told the judge, please send me to the. Oh man, you guys. Anyways, I'm in motion. I told you guys I was gonna go live from the bay. I just gotta swing by and put a pinche a lockbox on una puerta real quick. And I already know I was gonna get home around 7 anyway, so I wasn't gonna do the show. But the Brown Berets tapped in last night. They said 7 of them ready to lace up their boots and hit Chicano Street tonight. And I had to let them know work is in the way today. So respectfully, let's reschedule. So it's looking like next Wednesday, and next week is looking like it's gonna be back to back to back. It's gonna be a good week, cabrones. Anyways, back to Hector, that prison guard. There's still more cleanup you gotta do, cabron. Again, I'm not the judge and the jury on the YouTube guys, but there's still a lot of cleanup you gotta do. I got a couple questions that Dubs. I think Dubs was so starstruck just because he's probably thinking numbers. This is gonna give me numbers. That plus he's not even coming from the right place. A lot of people don't even. What are they gonna listen to Dubs for? For what? Does Dubs really think he has influence on people? I mean, come on. That's like the runner, right? The runner, does a runner really think? Does he stare at himself in the mirror and think, I have influence on people? What I say holds a grain of sand to anyone. Hell no. He just he's waiting for the 21st so YouTube can pay. I'll tell you that. All right, let's keep it moving. He said Dubs, did he? Anyways, back on that. The paisas, I gotta give him that at least that he's talking about a group of paisas because he was able to see their jackets, maybe predominantly where they were at. And let's not shy away from this topic, gente. It's a fucked up topic. Straight Divine, I just mentioned her. I just mentioned her right now. It just crossed my mind right now, like the light went on. She mentioned about getting abused for an entire year. And who was doing the abusing? Her own uncles, her family. She's Mexicana. She's a Chicana. I believe. I'm not certain, but I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe she's a Chicana. Why? Because the parents. She was talking about Mexico and all that. She got abused. But are we going to put that on just one raza? Because we could always do that, right? We could always pull out percentages, just like with the mass shootings. The same shit, right? 90% of the pinchy mass shootings are güeros. Are güeros. Does that mean they're all mass shooters? Cálmase. Okay, let's use some common sense here before you throw everyone under an umbrella and throw everyone under one bus. Does that mean all the güeros are shooters? No. But Straight Divine mentioned that, and it's a fucked up situation because she couldn't even express that because she felt ashamed. Imagine she's the victim of a crime. Imagine she's the victim of abuse. 12 miles, 12 miles. My bad. I just had to check when's my next exit because I turned the volume off. Or at least I took it off the Bluetooth. She could have mentioned that, but she's a victim of a crime, gente, and she feels ashamed. So when you hear these things, it gives you the psyche of the person and be like, that's a fucked up thing. And then another thing is they have fear. I believe, I don't know this, but they can have a fear of telling their parents because the mom's she's fucking she cracks the whip. You know, if your mom cracks the whip all the time, you ain't gonna want to open up to mom. Or same thing for dad. If dad doesn't establish communication, and damn, where did all these houses come from? Shit, look at all these new houses. Where am I at? Tracy Hills. Chingo de casas nuevas. I should go door knocking right here. Could probably pull out at least one deal. Anyways, maybe two deals. Anyways, it's fucked up when the victim can't even say that. So again, that's not all the raza. Let me ask I want to ask Hector, the prison guard, this. So Hector, you never seen any güeros that were chomos? That'd be a pretty straightforward question, in my opinion, to the prison guard. Hector, you never see any güeros with those charges? I don't even know what penal code. I was trying to think of the penal code. I don't even know what penal code that is. You never seen güeros or any other razas? That would have been one question. But starstruck dubs or thinking about the money, the check on the 21st after that interview, dubs. Hell no. He's just going to be like this. Well, I think this, and I think you just keep your mouth running for views. And it's okay. Not like someone sent me a clip, said the runner, everyone on YouTube is in it for the money. What a fucking pendejo you are. What a pendejo. You got Tony, one of the biggest Chicano channels, leaving YouTube to just pursue another career or just become more of an entrepreneur than he already is. Not everyone is doing this for the money, okay? Especially me, okay? In one deal, forget about it. It's probably a whole year of YouTube money. But anyways, there's diddlers of all races. So that would have been one question for the prison guard. Absolutely, I would have asked them that. Another question I would have asked them, and I would have said, Hector, I'm going to give you the floor right now to be able to answer and make direct statement in regard to your statement. But the people want to know, where did that come from? Did you misspeak? Was it something said that was a slip of a tongue? Because if it was a slip of the tongue, the people would appreciate honesty. That's it. Why? Because go back and look at the video. They're laughing a little bit. I'm not saying he's under the influence or anything like that, but they're laughing a little bit. And so was it a slip of the tongue? on an emotional moment, then tell the people. Another question is, do you 100% stamp what you said? Like restamp it. Again, reaffirm what you said. Do you reaffirm that? I mean, these are just good questions for someone that's coming on a platform trying to straighten something out. And guess what? None of them were asked. None of them. Went to the wrong platform anyways. But anyways. Gas mask, that's right. What substantiates it? Exactly. What substantiates your claims, cabron? Are you basing this off of just your SNY, your PC side of your prison? Questions that weren't asked. You're not basing this obviously on the general population, because obviously California is different. California is not like the movies, or in the or a Prison Break, or it's like the dude could have ordered 5 women, would make him a piece of shit, but since he's tough, he's able to hang in GP. That's that's Prison Break, okay? That's not California. California is gangland. If you want to know how it is behind the walls, it's gangland. The Panda world doesn't even know. Alvin doesn't know. Okay. And then I don't know why no one even asked Dubs, hey, tell me a story of when you went to the other side. Because you only talk about your 10 little years in GP. How about tell me a story about when you went to the other side, Dubs? I would love to know. Whoops. He won't answer that question. Or the runner. Whoops. He won't come up with that content. Anyways. Laughing my ass off. Hater elephant. One thing you and Alvin have in common is your dislike for the runner Dubs. Now, Alvin is he's pretty scarred. He's pretty scarred by what the runner did. He's pretty scarred because every time Alvin says some kind of innuendo that and again, this is gang talk. This is all gang shit. This is 100% barrio talk, gang talk. Just I like to clarify that. Every time he says, yeah, the vatos that can't go back to their neighborhood, he's talking about the runner. Because of all the videos the runner did, Alvin, and because of the so that's when I think that's what he's talking about, right? But for some reason, there's a complex inside Alvin that bugs him. That he has this complex where he has to prove himself. I think. I don't know if it's because he's 4'11". I don't know if it's because he's 4'11" or because in his own comments people keep saying you're not validated, you're not verified. Why? Because you went to juvenile hall 3 times, and that was 30-something years ago. And now, like Jenny 69 said, you're giving angry Theo vibes. Everyone just gets angry Theo vibes. But you have people that even though he got fired from politics, still hang on his every word on politics. He should have just stuck a lane. You can't say snitches in one video or short, and then you held down someone for the police, and you think people forgot about that. So that's where he did the same thing Dubs did. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So imagine I'm talking right now, and then later on, all of a sudden, me sube los moños, I get on some kind of horse, and then I do like a 180. All of a sudden, I'm a super advocate for human rights or something like that. People would throw that in my face, cabrón. Where's the Chicano? Where's the Chicano that we all fucking subscribe to and wanted to hear bullshit? And not just that, him talking shit, but not just that. The knowledge, the cultura, the this, the that, the guerras, the chisme tube. Where's that vato? I'd be a transformer too. right? Or started dancing or do these crazy little captions or whatever for you guys to watch the video, then I'll turn into a clickbaiter. 1.4 miles before I went. Oh, it stays south. Oh, okay, it stays on the south. Anyways, back to the Hector, the prison guard. A lot. Yeah, you wanna hit Chicano Street? I got a lot of questions that the people wanna hear answered because you went on a channel. It don't matter if he has 1 million subscribers. No one takes his word. Obviously, he's no one takes his fucking word for anything. So exposure or whatever. I mean, you might as well have been. I don't know if that dude Cowboy has a YouTube channel. You might as well have been to like a fucking guy like Cowboy's YouTube channel. No one takes their word for nothing. Well, Cowboy, he's on Megan's phone. At least Dub's not on Megan's phone. At least I don't think. Right? Can't be 100. Hold on, cabrones. Hold on. What's this thing? Oh, okay, 17 miles. I'm good. Hater elephants in the casa. It was Wack 100 who made that fake paperwork of Alvin. Alvin never got his get back from Wack 100. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. So, I don't know that individual, of course, Wack 100. He said that he got contacted. And for some reason, I tend to believe that dude. You know, when someone just speaks from their heart, like así a huevo, boom, speaks from their heart. You know, those are the cabrones that are being sincere. Like whatever's in their heart is coming out of their mouth, right? I tend to believe that too. Wack 100 said got a phone call about the paperwork, and that he said shoot it. That's out there. That's on the internet. That's undeniable. Alvin never got his get back. So, and then what else is on the internet? People don't bring this up all the time, but I guess now it's chisme too. Is that Alvin hid in his house? So allegedly with his esposa. Allegedly, I heard. I'm not gonna say names, but you know that he was in there con ella. The truck was there, and they just didn't answer the door. I don't see why not answer the door. I don't see why not. If just like, I mean, he answered the door when Norby's came. So why do you answer the door when you look through the peephole and you see Norby standing there, but you don't answer the door when you look through the peephole and you see uh Wack 100? That's interesting, right? We can go down that rabbit hole right there because, ooh, man, that could be a career-ending move. But again, you wouldn't know. 3 times juvenile hall, you wouldn't know that. You know, you wouldn't know. You just from what you hear, sometimes you stick your chest out. Or for him, I think, you know what, West Coast Graffiti was right, man. Too bad you blocked me, cabron. I don't know why you blocked me, but you were right when you said the channels when they were smaller used to fuck with each other. And all of a sudden, when all the channels started getting 50K subs, 100K subs, things started changing. I could get where that would happen. All of a sudden, you know, if you're really trying to make it a business, you have a business meeting. Well, we should do this, we should do that. You know what? We're not gonna do this no more. You're not gonna. The last thing you should do is forget about your base. The last thing you should do is forget about your base. Here, our base, it's the raza. It's the raza. Forget about the raza would be forgetting about the neighborhood, forgetting about the community. Forget about it. So that ain't gonna happen. Are you a car guy? Yes, I'm a car guy. My favorite car is a Cadillac. I'm a Cadillac guy. If you guys wanted to know, hold on, let me check. Okay, 13 miles. I'm a Cadillac guy. I've had only was it two, three. I've had three Cadillacs. The last one I had was a '93 Fleetwood Brougham. It was airbag. I put about 12K into it right away, and 12K was a lot in those years. I don't know about now. That might be 24K. Airbags. I gutted the interior. Um, Shout out to the Paisa over there at uh man, I can't even remember. Crespo. Crespo's upholstery in Salinas and Miranda did the upholstery. He got down. He has a truck, All America, a Corvette, All America interior. And so I'm a Cadillac guy. So between Chevys and everything else, I'm a Cadillac guy. It has to be luxury. That's just my favorite. It's fully loaded. So yeah, the '93 Fleetwood Brougham, Donna, and what I was in Caddy's car club. I got a picture of the plaque. If you want, I'll put the picture in the community page. The plaque, and it had like a white backing to it. And the homie from Texas, who does a lot of plaques, he has a huge IG page for plaques. He shot it over. So I'm a Cadillac guy. Couple airbags. I painted the fender wheels. I whited her out. I whited Donna out. There was a trip. If I post a photo of Donna sitting on the floor, you guys are tripped. They used to trip on Donna, but they knew that I went all out. Pancho Zapata says, if I would go and say what the heck? Chingado, man. If I would go somewhere, I would talk about it, let it all gangs of crime go out good, and you can do it too. I mean, yeah. I mean, why weren't you talking about your story? Hey, this is just my story, man. You heard L talk about it. L wore it on his chest. 10 years or 12, no, 12 years in 4 180s. And he ain't even tell 2 years of the stories, I'm sure. He's just he's living his life. He's in reality. He ain't tripping on YouTube. He ain't even told 2 years of the story, but he wore it on his chest. But he wore it on his chest again. I don't give a shit. That don't matter. And you've heard the stories too of people lay it down, but they were stone cold killers. And it looks like that instinct is always dormant inside of them. They could still be stone cold killers, but now they're just on another yard. That's it. But again, you think I don't think about that. I don't think about it. Nor are you ever gonna hear me ask that question to anyone. If they want to talk about institutions, we can talk about it. That's it. Wow, hustles in the casa. That's right, cabrón. I appreciate you, man. We can't wait. The 18th is kicking off. The 18th is kicking off the first of at least 6 promo videos. Maybe, yeah, 6 promos we're going to do. And then we have the official weigh-ins. And then we have fight day. So all of these things are happening back to back. And you got Mile High Hustle in the casa in the main event. Pretty soon we'll announce the undercards because they're looking good. I actually think we're going to have pro fighters on this one. I actually think we're going to have pro fighters on this one. We've had Golden Glove fighters. We've had the best amateur monsters go at each other in the previous cards. This one might be pro fighters. I can't wait. 8 miles for 28. And he said, it's probably the he said, she said. Bullshit. I seen shit messing up more when Prisoners Awakening was getting mad troll. I got to give credit on this. L was one of the first ones that spoke up and started calling people on bullshit. Mike's World too. Don't forget, there's lives where they're talking shit to Mike's World. And it's pinching. Now, if he's your cup of tea or whatever, that don't matter. I'm stating facts. It's the obvious. He was on those lives and they were talking shit about him when he's calling Dub a drunk. And did that prophecy ever come true? Did he not call it? He crashed out again. Anything for $1 dubs. On another live, he grabbed the bolsita right in front of everyone's face and was like, fuck it, it's really a party on my phone. And he even started slamming rails on the live. So I'm just saying, did he call it or not? Shout out to Mike's Room. Angry Toba. When Jenny 69, don't everyone forgets when Jenny 69 went in on Alvin. You know, because Alvin, he talked some shit. She didn't have to respond, but someone sent her the clip. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No. Not Jenny 69, pendejo. Snow the product. My bad, gente. My bad. They kind of look alike, huh? They kind of look alike. Both of them got pointy little noses. It was Snow the product. 5 months. Snow the product said Alvin just gives off angry Theo vibes. What he needs to do is he needs Just for Men. I mean, I know it would look funny, but I mean the canas are coming in with the name that you got. You go imagine him 80 years old with wrinkled face and he's calling himself a cholo. I mean, that's not gonna fit too well, right? He's gonna have to maybe change his name one day because it's not fitting at all. Amy to gain. That's right. Have you ever wondered how many times you can tweet? Hey, I appreciate the sub, cabron. Stay tapped into Chicano Street, man. We don't give a shit. We don't block here neither. Simple. Norby's is a civilian. That's true. And him getting off on Norby's just shows, wait a second. Tony calls you out. Tony A calls you out. You see the 24-inch arms, and all of a sudden you don't want problems, huh? But Norby's knocks on the door, and I believe Norby's was going there for a conversation. However, it would have happened on live, you know. And again, this is it's all for clout, right? On Alvin. Alvin will be like, well, shit. I bet you this is what Alvin would think, right? Shit. If I slam the door on him, they're gonna call me a chavala. And if I do this, then they're gonna say this. And if I do that, then that's what I think goes through his head. Kind of like someone that lives for what other people think. That's what I think was going through his head. Oh, he got me on live, no? Now I'm on video, so I gotta sock him. Well, I mean, and that's what he did, right? He did sock him. I mean, sock him. That's the whole word. Sock him. That's funny, huh? That made me laugh my ass off. That's right, Carter. This fool. That's right, laughing my ass off. Again, I don't know. Me, let me see. The guy's knocking on the door. I'm beefing with the guy. He wants problems. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go in the studio. Fuck it. Come in the studio. If we got enough, well, I mean, he got to ghetto fucking studio. I mean, ghetto. There's bars on all the windows on Alvin's studio. Okay, let's keep it a buck. And nothing new, right? I grew up in the ghetto, right? Food stamps, roaches, all that. Nothing new. I'm just saying, it's ghetto's far. So he got bars. So I don't think there's space in there. But if we would have had a little backyard, I would have been like, you know what? Fuck it. Keep the live going. Hold on. I'm going to go live too. Boom. Then all of a sudden we get into the live. Now we're both. Maybe this is what I would have done. I don't know. Both of us are live now. What do you got to say? If you would have kept talking, I'm not going to catch an assault charge. A lot of people don't even know what assault is. Assault is not physical. It's not, I put my hands on you. Assault is the intent to do harm displayed by body actions. So if Norby's is just talking, looking in his camera, fuck, I'm going to do the same thing. Because if it was really about a slugfest and we would have kept the 90s, then yeah, we would have turned on the camera. Even though, I kid you not, I probably would have did a sneaky one. I probably would have did a sneaky one and been like, hey, you know what, no cameras. And tell somebody, hey, report this shit when I drop this food. This shit's going viral. All of a sudden, boom, the camera shakes. Or no, not mine. My guys recording. At least I got to do it like Bounty Hunter D. Hold on, I got to get off right here. I got to do it like Bounty Hunter D. He gets the assault. He documents the assault, not the battery. Remember, the battery is the physical. He documents the assault. Then he cuts it to like a thumbnail or a different screen, and you only hear the tussle. And then when the video turns back on, okay, hold on. When the video turns back on, when the video turns back on, the dude's in all fours now, with birds flying around his hip. That's what probably would happen. But still, I would just match energy. Okay, I'm not a pendejo. You know, we ain't catching no pendejo cases. Or like, I don't know what rumors are. Rumors are is that he does got something pending over there where he's probably gonna have to pick up trash on the side of the highway. That's his little castigada, maybe. I don't. Okay, 9 miles. Anyways, food stamps is ghetto. Calmate, Mr. Sophisticated. I see where you're saying, but in the 80s, cabron, there was less unemployment. In the 80s, there was more prosperity. And in the 80s, there was less people on food stamps. And to be honest, a lot of people are just milk the system. That it's unfortunate, but there are people who won't want to, make more money. They don't want to make more money because of the free money they'll lose. Even though it's a little bit of money. I mean, I don't know. If you're on food stamps, how much income do you have to make less than? And I'm not knocking anyone. Fuck it, I'm not even gonna say it because people are gonna start thinking shit. And but anyways, are they ghetto? Well, it's not even a food stamp no more. Wait, now it's a card. Now it's like a Chuck E. Cheese card and shit, where withdraw tokens or all the tokens go on the card. I guess I don't know. But anyways, I do get a little irritated when I'm behind them at the grocery store, and the checkout takes 15 minutes. I got to keep it a buck with that. Anyways, anything for $1 dubs. Grace from Modesto, California. That's right. The Motown is in the casa. I appreciate you. Shout out to mi hermano, Beanloke. Shout out to the fellas over there. The 209 is in the building. I appreciate you, cabron. I gotta pass by your pad right now, cabron. I gotta pass by your pad. I just gotta go put a lockbox in una casa real quick, and then get home. Anyways, shout out to you. Shout out to the 209. Jamel Williams, that's right, California knows how to party. Most of the subscribers, Jamel, are from California right now. I was talking about there was a prison guard. His name is Hector. I think the name of the channel is That Prison Guard. He made a comment about paisas, and people are reacting to it because, well, one, we don't know where he's coming from, because we don't even know if he's Mexican. So the people's court want to know certain things. That way we can kind of get an idea. Or he could have just cut it off short, because what makes it worse is when people lie behind a lie, like the runner told so many lies, he's as real as a $3 bill. So he could have just stopped and said, you know what, I fucked up. I said all the paisas, but I really meant on the SNY side, the last couple years, I used to babysit a lot of paisas, look in their jackets, fucking, and 30 out of 40, or 40 out of 50, or 30 out of 50 had that jacket on them. Or something. Instead of doing an interview, acting like you're hanging out, acting like it's fucking cool, and anything for $1 dubs, just thinking about how many views the video is going to get because he got someone that's trending, and all he's thinking is the 21st, and YouTube makes their deposit. I don't know. Jimmy's in the casa. That's right, cabrón. I appreciate you, cabrón. Hitting Chicano Street. Aquí estamos, güey. You already know what we do, güey. And I got to keep it a buck with you. Like I said this in the beginning, I'll say it again. I've been known to say the word paisa. A lot of you guys, not a lot, some of you guys have commented, hey, Mikey, that's disrespectful. That's the I get it. But just know where I'm coming from. Know me, know where I'm coming from. Okay? I grew up, this is not an excuse. I grew up Chicano. And I grew up talking how we talked. So a lot of what I say, the Chicano comes out. I guess I said that to say this. But if you guys feel disrespected, you can comment in as well. You know that in no way, shape, or form estoy menospreciando mi gente. Absolutely not. Matter of fact, if you would see me in real life, the raza, non-English speakers, is who I help the most. I don't know how many raza families have made lifelong friends with me because I gave them financial information, and all of a sudden the wife retires, the daughter gets her college paid off and her pinche car paid off. They got a retirement nest egg, and then they call me after phase 2 of my plan for them. They want to execute phase 2 was, let's become investors, let's own things and start making money. So I don't know, it's hundreds, it's at least hundreds, I'll tell you that. So we got to know where he's coming from. Is he even raza? I don't know. He could be a güero. He has a tan. Well, he has a tan, but he has a tan because he had to stand in the sun for a long time, for a lot of years. I mean, I don't know. Risky business. Sure are Chicano and not raza. I don't even know what he's saying, cabrón. Or who? Or is that a shot at me? I don't. It might be a shot at me. This guy takes shots at me. It's all good, man. Hater Elephant says, yeah. He's as real as a $3 bill. I know it's funny. And then people send me clips. He looks like he wants to act like a kid, like like he doesn't know how to come off authentic anymore because he's there's heard him say it's real, and heard him say he's mine. I mean, ask Kemo. Kemo could come up with he can make a clip about that. I'm sure he can. That's right, Governor. Bradbury West, Bradbury. Away. That's right, cabrón. So again, let's wrap it up with by saying this, cabrones, because I'm gonna just have to get down. Well, actually, I could do it fast. I could even stay on the line, but I don't know. I might get a bite to eat. I'm hungry. I had some Chipotle. Chipotle is like Chipotle. If it didn't have pico de gallo, it would taste like water. I'm sorry. It's gonna offend all the Chipotle lovers, but if it didn't have guacamole or tomatoes and onions, that shit would taste like water. But anyways, but they bought it for me, so I'm not gonna disrespect, not eat, at a table where they serve me. You owe me $5. You owe me. That's what Miklo told. I remember Gallo Negro. Hey, why'd you come back anyway? You owe me $5. That's it. And I came to collect it with interest. And I guess, when we brought that up months ago, that started that whole conversation, right? What happens if one parent is a güero? I don't know. It seems like I hope I wasn't I really do. I really do hope I wasn't the author of this, but people throw that now in people's faces. You ain't Mexican? Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. The Chicano tube didn't fucking teach you that, gente. Absolutely not. Please, don't put that on me. Don't put that jacket on me. I love the raza. I help, again, 80% of my clients, are raza. I ain't gonna taking pictures from them in front of every casa or some people do. I know some people do TikToks and this and this and that. They'll show the before, the bank account, and the after, or little TikToks. Nah. Why? Because God's gonna get my back. That's only the one I look for. Like, Dios, perdóname. And bless me, cabrón. He said, I went to the Giants game. The Padres came and whooped our ass. You gotta look out. The Padres had a monster squad. They took out San Francisco, and I don't know if they're on game 3. They're taking out the Dodgers. But anyways, my daughter wanted to eat a Chipotle. It was like 13 minutes from the park. Hill, 13 minutes, but it was cool. Got to see the raza down there. Got to see just some I can't live in a city where there's a lot of sardines. I'm gonna feel like a sardine, like I'm going through the sidewalk, like it's like a maze. Like left, right, just dodging people. But anyways, she wanted to go to Chipotle. I mean, I'm gonna say this, and the people are gonna get mad when I say this too, but the further north you go from the border, it's like they lose the recipe. The sazon is missing. The recipe is missing. You know what I mean? Especially my cooks. The sazon is missing for my Bradbury Road. Bradbury Road. All right. I've worked with plenty of raza. Nobody offended by the word paisa paisa. True. That's true. And I want people to understand this. They have the right to be able to adapt terms or to say they agree with this or not. Kiawi came on the channel. People were getting mad because Kiawi said, I rather stay within my own raza. And that way it keeps the blood alive or moving on, alive or, wholesome. I guess he said the word wholesome, whole. And people get mad at that. But to the people that got mad when he said that, I wanted to say this. Every person, I don't give a shit what raza you are. And I don't mean la raza Mexican, la raza. I'm talking about race. I don't care about what race you are. Every single, in my opinion, every single raza has the right to say, you know what, nah, I'm cool. Let's just, it's a little bit better if we just keep it, within the raza. What's wrong with that? Now it's the fucking snowflakes. It's the offended generation. That's what it is. I think they have a right. Yeah, I am. And what? Yeah, my daughter is. And what? You know what I mean? Try telling that to Mike Tyson and shit. Yeah, right. I heard Mike Tyson did his ancestry, 11 miles. Okay. I heard Mike Tyson did his ancestry, and it traced his lineage back to the people of Congo. The people of Congo. And Mike Tyson is known as what do they call the heavyweight champ? The baddest man on the planet. While he's alive and breathing, he's always gonna have the baddest man on the planet title, period. So what if Mike Tyson said that? Yeah, you know what? My daughter, she's gonna keep it in the raza. Is anyone gonna tell him shit? Where is that one? Nice little ranchos here, man. It says it's hot over here. The car says it's 86 outside. 10 miles. But still got a little ways to go. Gnarly vatos in the casa. Everyone hates on Chicanos, but always want to be us. Man, I got the brown berets. They text me last night, brother. They text me last night. He goes, we got 7 ready to go tomorrow. I'm like, oh, shit, it's going to be a group. That would have been great. And I had to postpone because I'm like, cabron, I need a couple days. Just dispensa, but I need a couple days in advance because my schedule. And so they're going to come on next week. And then we have Carlos Montes, the founder. You know what I mean? I'm going to have the brown berets, boom, and then I'm going to mention Carlos Montes. Oh, be like, hey, guess who's coming on tomorrow? Carlos Montes. Whoa. They're going to be like, that's Carlos Montes to me is what I call Chicano royalty. for me, being able to have Carlos Montes, let me see, how many miles is it? 9 miles, 9 miles. For me, having Carlos Montes is Chicano royalty. Again, I don't even know if we're going to get into politics. Politics, I'd rather glean from that, having such a man who was there, who founded the Brown Berets. I want to hear that story. I want to hear how was the U.S., how was the political climate, how was the economic climate, how was the Raza's mentality back then? Was the Raza divided in different groups, or were we united? Because obviously we're marginalized, just like the Africanos. Because you guys, I don't know this for a fact, but I think the Brown Berets came up around the same time as the Panthers. So there's a lot of groups saying, you know what, we're policing ourselves. We're gonna police our own community, and don't call 911. Call Reggie or whoever, you know what I mean? Call Diego, whoever. I want to ask him those questions. I'm not trying to get his opinion on Harris and pinche mentirosa hair. No, none of that shit. None of that shit. And if people vote for her, they want 4 more years, then shit, I guess I'll be working with sellers again another 4 years, and no one will be able to buy. And then our groceries, instead of $100 being 2 bags of groceries, $100 will end up being 1 bag of groceries. But again, it's a personal, private thing. Who you vote for, to me, is just like who you go to bed with. It's none of my business. Chingado. But Transformers, watch out. Go to bed with a Transformer. Chingado. I think Lucky said that. He told that to Chito, right? He said, was that story true? Was that a Transformer? Or did he just hear wrong and said that it was a mechanic working on a transmission? Peachy Lucky. Real quick, that last post that Lucky he put up was some real shit, man. Some real shit. Imagine it's not a hobby for him. It's not. So he's I don't think he wouldn't want to do it as a hobby. He's made that clear. Why? Because he's posting about revenue. He's posting about how much income the show's making because he has a payroll. So he's basically the CEO of that business. And if it doesn't make business sense, why are you doing it? So he doesn't want to do it as a hobby. Chingo de borreguitos. I just seen a ranch and it had un chingo de tacos de borrego on deck. Shout out to 686 Borrego on IG. And if you're in Salinas, if you're in Salas, hit up my boy 686 Borrego for the best tacos de borrego, lengua, and cabeza you're ever gonna have. My favorite, oh man, I want to say is the lengua. All right, anyways, we're talking about short of him. Alvin always shows shorts of him doing concrete jobs. You think millionaire client would like to know Alvin is doing this? I think Alvin sees this as like a private page, even though it's public. Alvin knows 8 out of 10 people don't fuck with YouTube the way we've likened to it. Some people Facebook, some people IG, some people Twitter, some people TikTok, some people YouTube. Some people do it all. And if you have a business, you should. If you have a business, you should. Do it all for branding or for whatever. It floats your boat. And some people only do 1 or 2 things. So anyways, I think he sees it like that because he's gonna have the district attorney on there or whoever, or the guy running for district attorney or whatever. But the comment section can talk shit. He'll groom his guests. Hey, sometimes they talk shit in the comments or they say this. Just don't pay attention to that. He's never gonna highlight a comment. Alvin, don't you believe you owe your constituents an apology from getting fired from the neighborhood council in your area and not even giving them a statement, not even a goodbye. No, what he'd rather do is hope the people forget about it, right? um, Paisa has never been a bad term here in San Jose. Well, it's you can spin that off a lot of different ways. I mentioned this before, and this is really members only shit. Um, that a lot of the non-English speakers, we would bully them, man. We would bully them, and 8 out of 10 would join the ops because we would bully them. And I am embarrassed of that. I'm ashamed of that because that's part of the 20 years that I talk about. Over 20 years of the biggest regrets of my life is thinking, of a street before my family. So again, that coincides with that. But we forced a lot of them to pick up flags. And when we saw them join the ops, we didn't care anyways. I'm going to keep it a buck. Just like back then in the 90s, there was a lot of people that were brown priders. And when we started seeing a lot of people come out, brown pride, I'm going to keep this a buck with you. I'm always honest. We see a lot of people saying brown pride or it turned into a set. I remember asking one of the older cats. As a matter of fact, I know one who just passed away about the day before my birthday, January 13th. He got hit in Modesto by a truck, I think a dually, and he was on a super bike. He was the second generation, and he was one of the ones that put me on. Was there when I got put on. I remember asking him that. I don't know why vividly. And you know what he said? He said, if they're not with us, they're against us. Fuck them. And so it's sad that we have to include these people in the ops, and we didn't even know that we're making them ops. We're making their numbers bigger. It was what it was. That's just the truth. That's just the honest to God truth. Have you heard of Cho Street? Dog, Cholo, Aztec dog? Yeah, you're talking about, is that the one that right now, I have a couple thumbnails. I haven't even used them yet, man. My graphic designer's been getting down. You're talking about the dog that gets used a lot on, or he gets portrayed a lot inside of Dia de Muertos imagery, Dia de Muertos kind of, photos. He's the hairless dog, right? Or the one they put a mask on, like an Aztec mask. Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. I don't know within the natives if they believe that, he has, anything about him. Whether they believe he does this or I don't know them. Again, my parents were Catholic, but never went to church. Gotcha. I'm speaking the facts. My parents were Catholic, and they never went to church. And the first time I ever went to church was pinche across the street. There were some güeros. They straight looked like Quakers. And they were Presbyterian. Took us to a Presbyterian church, me and my sister. That was the first time I ever went to church. Probably other than, I did catechism at 12. I did that. By that time, el pecado was already in me. And I was already starting to mad dog the camera. And even when I went to Mexico, I went to Mexico two more summers after 12. And then I didn't want to go back. And in those last Mexico photos, again, ya se metió el pecado. And then I'm starting to mad dog. The camera's like, why? Because I already been put on. And so innocence is gone. Can't stop. He is in the casa. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you. I'm in your barrio right now, Wait. I'm in your barrio right now. Where am I at? I'm in your barrio right now. I gotta go just real quick, put a little lockbox en una puerta in Chowchilla. I'm headed to Chowchilla. I'm gonna put a little lockbox. It's another client of mine. Just gotta put that lockbox there, and then head back to the Chante, man. But I appreciate you, Can't Stop. Yeah, we're talking about Hector, that prison guard. We've been going all over the place, but did he say what he said? Did disrespect the raza? There's more questions before I can say yes or no. There's more questions that need to be answered. First of all, is he raza? Because people might look at it differently. Okay. And you know what? Again, he's been around a lot of individuals. He's had to babysit guys for I don't know how long he did that for 20 years. And so I'm pretty sure he picked up a lot of game from whatever game you can get behind the walls. Pretty sure he got a lot of games. So for him to have a slip of the tongue would have been highly unlikely. Maybe he's just not meaning to offend the entire raza and it to become a firestorm. But it's a firestorm. It's a firestorm. Okay. Imagine I said that of another raza. The blank, you fill in the blank with whatever raza you want. The blank are all child. And then I say the Esther's word. Come on. I'm not going to be in the hot seat. Mikey's done. Okay. My fucking half of my subs are gone. Shit. How would I even put my face out there on the internet? I guess it would be with an apology because I wouldn't be like Alvin and not man up. Man up when Wack 100 and knocks on the door. Man up when you get fired from politics. I would man up, or hide from allegations. Hey, they're alleging this, or well, here's the fucking whatever you want to see. I just want to be as transparent as possible, man. Life is too short. I guess I was chueco for so long and told so many lies, chueco for so long. That's the last thing I want to do, man. I'm not going to my grave like that. Man, there's a huge American flag right here. Is that on someone's property? Chinga. This is like a 20-foot by 40-foot. It is. This is someone's property. Yeah, that's a huge. Oh, it's a yard. J.S. Holman. That's right. All right, you guys. Paisa is a bad term, loke. Haha. But I'm just saying, all of these terms can be used as divisive. Anyone can see any term and say it's divisive. You can say it's the gabacho, the white man. You could say they're labels given to us to cause division because divide and conquer has been one of the most powerful chess moves that anyone can do. How do you control a people? Divide them. So that could be it too, etc. I mean, I tried as hard as I could, gente, as hard as I could, try to unite the raza, on YouTube. But guess what? At the end of the day, we're raza, man. We're gonna bump heads. It's in our sangre. We get into it. We throw chingazos sometimes, and then go back to the party and drink beer. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's normal, but make it normal. Make pulling up normal. Don't make normal avoiding things, hiding, not answering the door when the doorbell rings, or not putting it out there. Doing something noble and great, getting fired, and then say, YouTube's tripping. That's right. Anthony Reed says, ridiculous green sleeves. Hey, that ink, we didn't know this, cabron. We didn't know. Let me see. Hold on. 1.5. My X is coming up. 1.5. We didn't know this, that we used to use basic ink. I would call it basic ink at Michael's. It was like, don't get mad when I say this, cabrones. Indian ink was one of the most common names of inks. I don't know all the levels of the ink, but when I started getting the cover-ups, and shit, I'm not looking forward to the chest, I'll tell you that. But I'm going to put I think it's going to be a Mexican eagle. I found a bad one. I'm not looking forward to that. I think it's going to tickle now that I'm in my 40s. When we put that on, we didn't know that the color of the ink, also what matters with the final outcome of the color of the ink also is your skin complexion. How much melanin you have in your skin. We didn't know that. So with those two things, a lot of people came out with green sleeves. Now, it's really dark, man. I mean, when I went to Beanloke's birthday party, Mr. 209, he wanted to see him up front. He only see me session number 6, posting them on YouTube session number 8, etc. And he was like, oh yeah, that's the right ink. Yeah, I told her about that, and she was like, oh yeah, we're gonna use the best ink. It's like, I think it's like $70 a bottle, and the cheap ink is like 20 or 30. Hold on, gente. Oh, I see. Now I gotta get on the 99. Chingado, cabrones. Now I gotta get on the 99. It's all good. Yes, Masters in the Casa puts up another bunch of U.S. bandera. Yeah, I just passed by a 20 by 40. Again, we're one of the few razas that get to embrace two different nationalities, and that's what they are. So let's be specific. We've been getting specific right now. Your knowledge database on Chicanismo, on raza, cultura, our history. A year and 3 months in, it should already be elevated. And you're welcome. I'm trying to bring cabrones that are good. You know what I mean? You're welcome. Like next week, 7 berets. After them, the founder. And then after him, Chicano State of Mind. Mi hermano from IG, Peter. Who me and him, we're going to get into barrios. It's going to be a barrio conversation. We're from 2 different locations, demographics in California. And just us being on the same peachy platform says a lot. It says a lot. It says a lot. Have you seen the U.S. American base got bombarded with missiles in Syria? Man, I don't even know where to start with that, cabrón. I don't even know where to start with that. I mean, just look at it like this. The rest of the world looks at us as a fucking joke, bro. They look at us as a joke. And if the Indian, and I'm not knocking it, but she's calling herself black, but both her parents are Indian, but the dad was born in Jamaica. So because the dad was born in Jamaica, she's claiming black. I leave that to the black community. But her blood, 100% pumping through her veins, is Indian. If she gets in there, then they'll look at us as a joke, bro. I mean, Uncle Trump was the first motherfucker to go to North Korea. He was the first president to step inside North Korea. No one wants to talk about that because that takes command, presence, and balls. Again, I don't want to get into politics. I don't want to get into it. But yeah, and then what's happening in the Middle East, people are asking people to side. Are you with Israel? Or are you with Palestine? Well, it's like, well, wait a second. Look at what happened. This latest conflict. Look at what happened. Palestine launched 1,000 rockets, not 100, not 500. Palestine launched 1,000 rockets, and I know maybe people will come up with a justification for killing, gente. I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know. I want to talk about it objectively. They launched 1,000 rockets. And when Israel came back and was wiping people out, all of a sudden the celebrities came out and all the college campuses came out and people are saying, pro-Palestine. That's fine. That's up to you guys. I can't talk down on Israel. I can't. Why do I say I can't? You got God's chosen people in the Old Testament. You got Abraham. You got Jacob, the things they did, miracles, prophecies, the prophets, 12 tribes, Judah, King David, Solomon, and ultimately from their bloodline, David's bloodline, Solomon's bloodline, came the Savior we all got to see face to face one day, whether you like it or not. Some of you don't want to see him, cabron. Let's just get our hearts straight. It's quick to adjust your heart. Okay, just, ando haciendo chuecuras or whatever you're doing, that's your business, but just adjust your your heart, man. That's all you got to do. Arlivato says Indian ink. Yeah, a lot of it was Indian ink, and so that with our skin color being brown, it made the ink fade into a green, and that's why some people say, "Well, don't give me green ink." Unless it's like a koi fish design or it's Japanese, unless you're asking for green to be in the color, people don't know that that's what it is. It comes with it turns into a green tint. But anyways, but ask for black and get the expensive shit. Yeah, it'll cost double, 30 to 70. But how much are you paying the tattoo artist already? Shout out to Marvelous Inc. I think he's gonna be on Freaky Tales tonight. So there's another conversation they're having. The Freaky Tales one, I don't even know. I got to keep it a buck. I don't even know if I've ever tuned into one of those. Paranormal stuff is cool, interesting. You got people that like sci-fi, right? Shit like that, aliens and all that, but not really this channel. Not really. It's all good. Talk some Freaky Tales. Too short. Five today. 580. Oh, you already know my boy. No, 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 no. I gotta go see a house in Chowchilla way. I gotta just put a lockbox on the pinchy house. So like literally, I'm locking I'm locking this lockbox and I'm jamming. You know. But yeah, I did go 580 East Stockton. All right, real Pancho. I missed the comment, man. What I missed, St. Kel's in the casa. That's right, my boy. I'm in your neck of the woods right now, cabrón. Right now, I'm on the South 99. I think I got a casa in Chowchilla. I gotta go just put a little lockbox on real quick and then head back to the champ day. But I appreciate you. St. Cal's the day oneer. He's in the members only. St. Cal, my boy, I appreciate you. Pretty soon we'll put that fight up, eh? The members only get to see all the fights. It's cheaper. You pay a third of the price by joining the members only. A third of the price than what the fight is. So anyways, I appreciate you, cabrón. Israel has been our biggest enemy for years. Now, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about, unless I'm assuming this. I'm assuming you're talking about the powers that be, the 1%, New World Order, elites, whatever you want to call it. A lot of them, they've claimed to have Jewish descent. They've claimed that they have Jewish descent. I don't know it to be true. I do know that politics doesn't make the world go round. What makes the world go round is the billionaires. I do know that they have these little secret societies and all that. Oh, absolutely. I mean, you got Ronald Reagan. Was it Reagan or JFK? He gave a whole speech about secret societies. Y'all ain't ready for that conversation. Or maybe you are. I'll bring someone on. Get at me if you want to come on. If your expertise is diving into, I'll research what I can. If your expertise is diving into secret societies, get at me. And we'll set something up. But I think it was either JFK or Ronald Reagan. So it does exist. So politics is one thing. I don't hang off a cliff on it. I am going to tell you, hey, we're conservatives, cabrones. Or raza. I mean, you don't have to be. You don't have to. But politics is not what's in your heart. That's just how you're going to scratch on a box, a pinchy ballot. So you do you. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The czars, you mean. The czars or the sheiks. Who else has all the money? Nino America. Look at Nino America just stepped in the building right now. Nino America was one of the cabrones. When Lexit was blowing up, it was right before COVID. They really started blowing up. And then COVID hit. Was catching bullets from telling people America first. America first. I believe the same thing. America first when it comes to what's going to improve my quality of living and my children's future. That's America first. Absolutely. The only difference, cabrón, is we're Chicanos way. So in that pinche Chicano flag, 50% is American and the other one is the motherland. And we claim the motherland. Don't turn our back on the motherland. Absolutely not. Because we believe, I think I'm speaking at least for us, right? And those that align with what I say, that's why I mean us, is that we're not going to be we don't want to be the generation that fucking makes no sabo kids. I think that's a fail. So let's educate the people. Me and the wife, we were just talking about it last night. How some of the kids watch the channel and or was it my oldest daughter, and she's been learning what she gets out of it, right? Half of it is cheese man or training news or whatever, but she gets a lot out of it. Good. We're doing our part. What up, Eating? What up, chat? America. That's right, cabrón. Those are the original ones. Or the original what? Are you talking about Masons or original what? Wait. Are the button pushers for everything that's going on in the world? I see what you're saying. Now, I don't want to knock them if they're the richest, because to me, when I see someone that has it, I admire that. Only if you admire it, recognize it, honor it, are you ever gonna achieve it. So I'm not gonna knock it. Just like a lot of people say, Indianos, the Indian raza that's from India. I'm not talking about what Christopher Columbus thought he was gonna find in the New World and called them Indians. Um, I believe they also have a high IQ también. These guys are the ones that are CEOs. And so God gives and God takes. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Yeah, I know people that just left to the Marines and Army. That's right. Yeah, that's right. I mean, the country gives benefits. Give them 2 to 4 years. Come back with some college paid for. A lot of people want to go to college. Hey, there's a little transition for you. Go and see the world. Learn some discipline. Shave your pinchy head. Get machina down. You could have that shredded machina body, and then when you come back out, they'll give you like 40 racks. Now, again, I think you also get like a little bit of money, but I think they really allocate that toward 6 miles. All right, we're gonna wrap it up right now. 6 miles. They allocate that toward college. Anyways, America. That's right, Beanie. I appreciate you, cabrón. Death row. Keep frying those cabrones, man. Keep frying those. Okay, so Hector Bravo. Does he go to death row? Do we send him right here to death row? Strap him down in the chair? I say no. I say there's more we have to find out. Going on anything for $1. Dubs channel didn't do nothing. Dubs looked like he was starstruck for some reason. It was weird. I don't know. Someone sent me a clip. It was a weird vibe I'm getting from the guy. Like, okay. Like, almost like he was running out of breath because he saw that prison guard on his channel. But anyways, maybe he was just thinking about the numbers. Some people do. I wouldn't strap him to the seat, gente. We could have a conversation. Come on the channel. Again, this channel right here primarily son Chicanos. So that's who you're going to be talking to. A lot of people, well, of course, I don't have 100,000 subs, but a lot of people at least acclaim the channel. That means, they listen to it. I know Hoodstocks, he started following me. He started commenting. I know he listens. And so people listen, and it's not the masses, but guess what? It's enough to go north and south of California. That's for sure. So if you want to have that conversation, cabron, you can come on. I'll bring you on Chicano Street. I ain't going to ask you about the worst suspect. None of that bullshit. Let's talk about it, man. Let's have a good conversation, all right? I'm going to let you guys go. It's 5 o'clock. Live on Chicano Tube. Live on Chicano Street. You guys, do me a favor. Is all I ask. Drive back to this pad and then the chante. Just hit the like button. That's all I ask. I'll stay here another 2 minutes. Hit the X on the chat. It just removes the chat for a second, just a second. Hit the like button, and then you can hit the chat button again. I promise it won't disappear. It helps the channels out. Johnson Phil says Dubs is I don't know what he is, man, but people are saying he's a bandido, he's a drunk. I mean, obviously he promised he would never talk about behind the walls, and now every video is like that. But that's the same thing as Butt Buddy Runner, right? He says he's not a prison channel, but every video is about what? Oh, man. I mean, people are really fascinated, sitting in a 5x8 concrete box. I mean, I can see it, right? Again, I'm one too. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm one. I just heard Straight Divine's whole was because I estaba cortando el pelo de pinche perro, and he's a big old dog. It was going to take me a few days. So I was like, let me hear something. That was very interesting. She took on 5 norteñas. And then she went head up for the kitchen of where I'm driving to right now, Chowchilla. But Lucky's thinking about it, man. Is it worth the time? Is it worth the time? Because there's other ventures you could start up. Lucky, get at me. Let's talk about investing, cabron. I'd rather give you the game plan for passive income way. That I don't want you to give your time for money. I'd rather let it be passive income. Just get at me. But he doesn't give a shit. I know he doesn't give a shit. I don't think he does. 501s, that's right, man. All right. He does anything for $1, anything for $1 dubs. Live on Chicano Tube, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm pulling up to the pad. I just got to put this little cajita, and I'm out. I'm out because I got to get back to salas where chavalas get balas. All right. Hit that like on the way out, por favor. That's all I ask. And if you're listening podcast out on the replay, I appreciate you. I'm going to let you guys go to the next episode. Remember what I always say. Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.